Hi, my name is Andrea Taylor. My father, Chief Master Sergeant Terry Taylor, faithfully served the United States Air Force for 30 years of his life. However, he gave me the best 23 years of my life. He was not only dad to me, but my best friend, my backbone, and my mentor. Despite being in a strict military environment, he was still a really fun dad. We lived states away, but he still managed to call me and my brother every morning and made sure to text us goodnight. He was the start of my day, the end of my night, and my whole entire heart. Our love language was insider jokes. Even right now, when I start to think of them, I start to laugh. We had a connection that defines the best daddy-daughter duo. We were a team, two peas in a pod. Our bond never broke until he left me here alone on this earth. One day, I received the call you never want to answer. He told me cancer had made a home in his colon, and even though we were devastated by the news, he protected me from anything tough and was always the fun, dad, lighthearted man that I loved. Hospital visits never felt like they were entering a dark place, when all he wanted to do was play me a game of Thumb Wars for the 7th time, or an obnoxious game of rock, paper, scissors. We somehow managed to laugh uncontrollably while we waited for pain medication, and I'll never forget how, regardless of any disappointing news we received from his doctors, he still wanted to race me up 6 flights of steps at the hospital. Cancer was not going to define Terry Taylor. He was a successful boss, a loyal friend, and an amazing dad. And that is who he would be until the very end. As toilet paper began to fly off the shelves thanks to COVID-19, I spent precious time with my dad over text and telephone. As families started making plans to stay home safe, I made plans to fly to Virginia to see him. However, my timing did not align, and with the standstill pandemic, he passed before I made it to him. I missed the opportunity to hold his hand as he took his last breath. The coronavirus stole my forever goodbye. As I watched families with dads and daughters walking around the neighborhood, I struggled with the reality that I had just lost my hero, my best friend, and my dad. Receiving sorrowful texts from friends and extended family felt draining, and I couldn't find closure in planning a funeral. I had no outlet, and misery soon became my constant companion. A dark cloud of depression set in, and it was a struggle to get out of bed in the morning or do daily tasks because my grieving was debilitating. I reached out for help and was turned away from therapist after therapist as they were not accepting new clients due to COVID-19. I called 2 hospice centers and was denied grief support because my dad wasn't a patient there. I felt like I could not catch a break until the day I spoke to somebody from LifePath Hospice. I finally had a listening ear, a virtual hug. She understood when I shared how angry I felt that my friends were celebrating Father's Day and that they had a safety net of love around them that I had lost forever. I found out that I was in a club that nobody wanted to be a part of, but that they were in anyways, just like me. And that they meet every other week, and they too are my age and experiencing traumatic loss. Who knew that this club would be the start of my healing, and who knew that this club would be the start of friendship and laughter? Who knew this club would be the start of finding meaning in life again? I've learned that we don't move on from grief, but that we move forward with our grief. That sounds just like advice my dad would give me. And I think he would be proud of me for learning that love and loss are often the 2 sides of the same coin, and even though losing someone you love can hurt, I choose to love anyways, and love big. And to all the dads out there, remember to play Thumb War with your children, tell them silly jokes, and take time to laugh. They will one day be a forever memory of those who you love, just like me. Thank you.